Good morning. This is my Saturday coffee cup. I got it as a gift a couple years ago. I always drink out of it on Saturday. I just save it for Saturday. That way I don't use it too much. It's big. It holds like a gallon of coffee. And it helps me get going on Saturday morning. So, worship rehearsal was good. It sounded really good. It was big and full. But my tone experiment failed. So the tone experiment from the last video was I was trying to match the neck pickup to the bridge pickup as far as output is concerned, because the bridge is this humbucker. So it has way more output than this guy. But I like the tone of this guy, and there's some clean parts for praise the name that I wanted to boost that so that I had some level of unity between the two. And it worked. I used a compressor to kind of boost that signal, and it worked fine at bedroom levels, but it did not work very well at high levels. So when I get to church, I have an AC 15. It's in the other room, and I get it pretty loud. So those tubes are hot. And what I found was, like, when I went into the compressor with the tubes already that hot and the level up, obviously there's a little more gain coming from the amp. It added too much color to the tone, so that would break up. So that wasn't what I wanted. So what I did, I added my clean boost. I have a ZO clean boost, but it's typically not on my board because I'm out of room. I'm out of room on my pedal board. I probably need a bigger one. So I have to extend it. I have to, like, put a pedal to the side and run power to it, and then use a patch cable. So I did, and I think it sounds pretty good, and I think it's going to be all right. So to demonstrate, here's the bridge sound. But if I go neck, it's like cuts in half, right? But I like the tone that I get from that. But if I hit the boost, it's closer to this. And it's clean. It doesn't color it at all. So that's what I'm going to do. I think that's a pretty good setup. I think it'll be fine. If not, I'll adjust it on the fly. What else? Oh, I've been watching these live streams from Greg Koch, Koch. They're fantastic, and he plays with him and his son, and sometimes his bass player, but sometimes it's just him and his son. He plays guitar and his son plays drums. And man, it's just mind-blowingly good. The way they just jam, and they're just kind of, I don't know if they've written those songs, or if they're pulling them out of a bank of songs they know, or if they're just making them up. I think it's probably a little bit of all three. I know that, like, they'll, like, go into, like, a Cream song or a Hendrix song or a Zeppelin tune or something like that. So I started to think, like, because ultimately I would love to do some live streams here. I think that would be really cool once enough people are watching to be able to do a live stream. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I started to kind of, like, analyze, like, how is he doing this? And I think part of it is just practice, just jamming. And you can build jam tracks, or you can buy them. I have an elevated jam track that I'm going to play at the end of this video. You can buy those. I think it was $20 for the whole pack. Great tunes to jam to. But I think part of it is I don't have a large enough backlog of songs that I know that I can just pull from to play. And the reason is, when I picked up the guitar about 5 years ago, re-picked it up, after like setting it down for like 20 years, raising kids and raising family, I dove into music theory like head first. Just devoured everything I could read and watch about music theory, and I'm decent at it. I have a pretty good understanding of how music works, how things tie together, why things are the way they are. I'm not advanced, but I'm probably intermediate, I would say. So now I want to concentrate on that blind spot of a big repertoire of old, not even old, just tunes that I know, everything from jazz tunes to rock tunes, classic rock tunes. I know a bunch of worship church songs because that's what I play. So I have a ton of those that I know already. So to be able to play, maybe even some of those classics, like I don't think I know how to play like Amazing Grace. That would be cool. Just a big bank of tunes that I could play from. And then I could, if I know a bunch of blues tunes, I could maybe go do an open jam, which would be fun. And I also would like to do, when we go to a restaurant or a bar and there's like just a guitarist there and he's like playing stuff, and he's like playing the vocal melodies on guitar to accompany himself. That's really fun. I would like to put some sort of set list of like 10 songs together. That would be fun. And all that, I could do all that stuff on a live stream. I think that would be cool. If enough people were interested. So that's what I would like to do. And then my ultimate goal, while we're talking about goals, is I'm just intrigued by session players. I love them. I can't get enough of it. I would love to play at a session. That would just be basically a dream come true for me. I would love that, to just sit in a session and collaborate with some people and come up with parts. So that's another thing that I'm practicing, like writing parts and songs and stuff. Because I don't play at church for another 2 weeks after this Sunday, so I'm gonna have a lot of free time. So there might be a bunch of videos of things that I'm working on or doing. So that'll be fun. I've rambled on enough. I'm gonna jam to this jam track. It's Elevated Jam Tracks. I'll put a link in the description. I'll also put a link for the Greg Koch live streams. Man, they're amazing. You should check those out. I probably won't play this whole thing. It's really long. I'll play for a little bit and then I'll kill it. enough. A few mistakes in there. Some weird stuff. That big chordal stuff didn't sound as good as I thought it would. But that was fun. It's fun just to put a jamming track on and let loose a little bit. That's all I got. Enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.